All right, guys, how are we doing? Here we go. Fight Bananas podcast again. Our absolute favorite, Gillian the Savage Robertson. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. A little bit jet lagged right now. Just got home yesterday from Fight Island, so trying to catch up on some sleep.
There you go. Appreciate your time like always. I was gonna actually start there with the jet lag and the home and Fight Island, but something I want to hit on first is so I made a little video. I don't know if you saw it. I sent it to you about I thought you're underpromoted and underrated as UFC fighter. And it's always I know when I hit something, when I have multiple UFC fighters, I had around like 10 or 12 in the last 10 hours Dave, I agree with that. I believe in that. So I think it's cool. I think I actually hit on something. I don't know if you saw it, but it was cool to have that the UFC fighters agree with me that you are underrated and underpromoted.
I think that's awesome. And like I said, I always appreciate the support. And I feel like I always have been kind of a dark horse of the division. I'm coming up and nobody sees me as much of a threat as I really am.
Right. And it's like, I just think you're in the division with your age and you're ascendant and everything is kind of going the right way. And other fighters in that division has multiple more losses in the UFC than you do. And the age doesn't make sense. So, I think you are, but we'll see. And hey, you're proving us right. You just keep on getting wins. So before we get into the win, how are you doing? How is the travel? And I talked about it being a Orlando and a Florida, at the time regional fighter, now fighting in Abu Dhabi, halfway across the world. How was it to make that experience?
Oh, it's absolutely mind blowing to me every day that this is my job. I get to go out there and do what I love to do and just have fun. So in a completely different country, halfway across the world. So it's just absolutely insane to me every day that this is what I get to do.
And how was Fight Island? We hear so many different stories, and there's pros to it and cons to it. Can you throw us a pro, and can you throw us a con that you wish you were in Vegas or even at your own hotel, your own home?
I would say the only con really would be flight time. So
okay.
We had to fly from Florida to Vegas, then Vegas to Abu Dhabi. So in total, I think it was like 21, 22 hours of flight time, which, that was definitely a lot. But other than that, I had an absolutely amazing experience out there. I went out there a little bit early, so I was out there for about 20 days, and
right.
It was just unreal. It's almost like futuristic being in Abu Dhabi.
Right. I hear they do such a great job of making sure you're comfortable and making sure the food is good and all that stuff. So, 20 days out there, was it, what was the thing you missed the most? Maybe the dog or something else. What was the thing you I can't wait to get back to Florida?
I was about to say, I think that's a pretty obvious answer for me. It's my dog. I missed him so much. Every single day I was FaceTiming him and just crying because I missed him.
Love it. Another thing I also talked about too, you get the victory, a pretty dominating performance, and at the bell rings and your face, and you can tell you're pissed, like you're not happy. And I'm like, oh my God, she's such a savage. That's why we know that you are going to win multiple more fights and have a huge future. Even a UFC victory is so hard and so tough to come by. You're not happy because you don't even get the finish. Now it's been 3, 4, 5 days. Have you slowed down on that? Are you happy you got the win, of course? Or are you still, a little pissed I didn't get the neck?
I'm happy that I went out there and I had fun. No matter what, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And then I love doing that. So I'm happy that I got to go out there and perform. But with the results, I know that I'm better than that. I know that I should have been able to finish her. And that's my first decision ever in the UFC. So yeah, I still stand by it that I'm not necessarily happy with it, but I'm happy that I got to go out there and perform it in the UFC.
There you go. Do you feel a difference? It's been, multiple wins this year. Of course, leaving ATT and going with Dean, going with the firm, working with Jose. Have you felt difference in your game, or do you feel yourself leveling up in the past 12 months?
100%. I see myself getting so much better. I felt like when previously I was kind of in a standstill because I wasn't necessarily getting the attention from coaches that I needed. And now that I have Dean's attention 100% of the time, every single day I see myself improving, and it makes me enjoy the sport so much more, just seeing myself get better.
Right, for sure. So after the fight, you kind of called out that Shevchenko. People in the know kind of knew that fight could have happened if they got accepted. If she doesn't accept it, is there anyone else? Is there any top 10? Me, and I think I know your how much you want to win and all that. Is that Macy Barber? Is that something you do sooner or later want to get back?
I guess I'm not too concerned about the name, but if it does happen, it happens, and I'm 100% down for it. But I actually just noticed that yesterday I moved up in ranking, so I'm now ranked number 12. So Shevchenko's below me, so it's still a fight that I'd want, but I guess not necessarily as attractive now that she's not ranked above me. So really, anybody 1 through 11, those are the ideal names on my list.
Okay, and okay, that's weird that you say that, because I know how much you wanted that fight, and we all think it's a great fight for you as well too. But yeah, like you're moving up, you're ascending, you're moving forward. Sometimes you don't want to look backwards, and like you said, that fight could have happened if someone accepted it, and she passed on it, so maybe it's your time to pass on it. I like it, of course. So Jessica was later on the night. She's been getting a lot of buzz with finishing in the first round. Did you see it? Have you heard the buzz as well?
Oh yeah, I was able to watch it. It was about 5 a.m. after I fought. Yeah. It was definitely impressive to see her move up and have so much success. She was obviously the lot smaller fighter, and all week long, I honestly thought Caitlin had it. I thought just her style would have presented problems to Jessica, but obviously she still has power at this division.
Right, that is for sure. She looked really good. She looked clean. She looked aggressive, kind of like how she always is. It was a good performance by her. Do you still have to pinch yourself? 25 years young. You have the most UFC flyweight female wins in the whole, in its history. Is it still mind blowing to you, or is like you kind of not assume this? This is something that you strive for, you work hard for, and you day in day out, or is it still like, wow, I am doing this?
Like I said, just the fact that this is my job is so mind-blowing for me. So to be able to set records and I just want to set them as far as I can. I'm not trying to just settle for the records that I have right now. I'm trying to make it so girls can't beat them.
That's good. That's good. This weekend, Khabib or Gaethje?
Obviously, I was Team Gaethje in the Tough House, and I've honestly been saying it for the longest time that I feel like Gaethje is the answer to Khabib. His style
Really?
I think his style presents a lot of problems to him. Just he's a great wrestler. I think he has a total of like 17 seconds on the ground of every time that he's been taken down in a fight, just because he pops up so fast. He knows how to get up. He knows how to scramble to his feet. And obviously he's coming for the kill on the feet. So I think he might present a lot of problems for Khabib.
Wow, I like that. I like that. I think I'm in the whole 28-0 thing until I see the loss. Like I picked against Israel this year, John this year. It's like I'm going with those undefeated goats until they lose. I'm just sticking with it, I guess.
I guess I'm always rooting for the underdog, so I got to root for Gaethje.
Me too. Usually, me too. Another one I like a lot too, I would love your take, is Whitaker and Kinnear. I think it's getting underrated. I think it's a really, really good fight. Love your take on that one.
It's definitely an underrated fight, and I guess I don't know. I'm a huge Whitaker fan, so I guess I'm a little biased in that. I followed his career a lot, where I haven't as much as Cannonier.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I think Whitaker's going to take it too. I think he's underrated as well. But man, Gillian Robertson getting another win. Do you definitely want to take the rest of the year off, 2020, and kind of come back 2021? Or if they call you or anything short notice happens in the next 6 weeks, jump on it?
Oh, yeah. I just have a little bumps and bruises right now. So I'm probably taking this week a little bit light, but I'm back to work next week, and I'm waiting for the call.
That leg bruise, is that healing up okay?
Yeah, it's the leg bruise, and honestly, the worst thing that I have is mat burn from shooting takedowns. My knees are absolutely wrecked right now.
So we watching it live, we kind of saw it and noticed it. And of course, I was talking with Aaron, and he said he was talking to you later that night and said like that was the thing, like you were just so like your knees were so burned up that night. It was incredible.
Oh, it's brutal, and especially when you're flying home, you're trying to wear comfy clothes on the plane, but it keeps sticking to your leg. It's just absolutely miserable.
Oh my goodness. Gillian the Savage Robertson, always appreciate your time. Always came on the podcast. We're around like 340-ish. So I think number 400 is around the corner. You know us, we just put out content daily. So we'll talk to you soon. All right.
All right. Definitely. It was a pleasure talking to you again.
Later, Gillian. Thank you.
No problem.